The question that I have for you is, how can we help, or how can we develop a resilient mindset in our students when they are so afraid of failing?
You know, this is a great question. And I'll always remember one particular student I was teaching, where we were talking about resilience. He put up his hand. He said, I have a question. And I said, yes. He said, I'm actually very angry when I hear all of you teachers talk about resilience. And I said, okay, well, tell me why you're angry. And he's like, well, the thing is that you guys say that resilience is like a muscle. You develop this muscle when you fall down and you get up. You fall down and you get up. And he said, but all of you don't allow us to fall. And he said, even my parents, when I'm going in this direction and I'm trying something new, my mom or my dad say, oh, you don't seem to be doing very well at this, oh, better not spend your time on that. Or it happens in schools as well, where they get told by the teachers, oh, you're bringing down the average, so you don't seem to be doing that well, I think you should just drop the subject. So even before they're allowed to hit the floor, they're not allowed to. So if resilience can only be grown by failing or trying something and not succeeding, and then getting up again, we actually do not allow them to exercise that muscle enough. Firstly, I think it's about redefining failure. Failure sometimes isn't a helpful word. We have to normalize failure as setbacks and normalize failure as challenges to overcome. And then we also have to basically get people to see us embody what we want to see. When you're sitting with your kids and you want them to be more resilient, it's very hard to say to your child or your students, I want you to be like that, you. But what works sometimes much more effectively is you sit down with them in a casual situation and you say, hey, I want to share something. This week I tried something. It didn't work out the way I thought. And I actually thought it was a failure at first. And I really struggled with it. I felt ashamed, I felt embarrassed, I felt da-da-da-da-da. So as you're saying this, they're like, oh my God, my parent or my teacher does that too, it's normal. And then you say, well, this is what I learned from it. This is how I moved through it. And I may not be 100% confident at this point of time, but I'm sure that I'm going to get through this. And the more we do this as educators, the more we do this as parents, the more we model to them that, hey, every single person, Jack Ma, Steve Jobs when he was alive, every single person who was ever successful didn't get that way because they never failed in anything in life. They got that way because they failed 100 million times in 100 million ways, and they managed to get up 100 million times and won. And they did that. So I think it's really important to always reflect ourselves. Are we actually embodying what we want to see, or are we just telling them, that you should do that? And for us to really develop this resilience, we need to go alongside with them in this journey. I think in the US, there's this popular saying, we need to move as educators from being the sage on the stage to being the guide by your side. But now it's more about being the meddler in the middle, getting in the middle, learning alongside our students and provoking them and kind of meddling and pushing them to think differently.
Thank you, Crystal. I think that's such a great analogy.